They don't know about our hired army, do they? A little hired army of killers.
Have you done this before, Nat?
Nope. Do you recall ordering swords from Kung Fu School?
I'm gonna get that money.
It's time to pay up.
I'm not gonna be driven off by weapons made by my own school.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Nadale Hamby, and welcome to Hamby's Hungar, Tiger and Crane Kung Fu Show. I have the distinct honor and pleasure of introducing to you a man who is very well accomplished and who is a dominant leader in the martial arts world. He is known both nationally and internationally for his skill and dedication to this art. He has ensured a positive legacy for generations and generations to follow. And these sentiments are accurately reflected among all that he comes in contact with. Without further ado, I present to you Hungar practitioner and instructor, and my father, Sifu Donald Hamby.
Hi, baby.
How you doing?
Just fine. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's great.
Well, I'm glad that we could get together here and discuss the actual history behind Kung Fu and the Hungar style.
Yeah, well, you know, this is our second show, and it's a pleasure to be able to have this opportunity to convey the martial arts to the public. Mm-hmm. And this is my whole aim and purpose.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's very admirable.
Oh, well, thank you.
So what exactly does Kung Fu mean? I know a lot of people just know it as a term, but don't really understand the true meaning behind the word Kung Fu. What does that mean?
Well, it has a profound meaning, but to my understanding, it means hard work or skill acquired through hard work. You can have martial arts Kung Fu, cooking Kung Fu, all kinds of Kung Fu, right? Whatever type of trade or skill or innovation that you're involved in, it can be deemed a Kung Fu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what is the origin behind Kung Fu? Where does it come from?
Well, that is quite profound and mysterious as well. Kung Fu, you know, we have I'm sure most people have heard of the Shaolin Temple. And the Shaolin Temple was a place for, in the beginning, it was a place for salvation and spiritual enlightenment for people who forsook society and, you know, wanted to just get out of the common ruck of life.
Okay.
Okay, and then they took refuge in the temple there. And then there was a man by the name of Damo that came along who taught Zen meditation that went to the monastery as well and gave them some background in yoga. Mm-hmm. And then they took these yoga type exercises and developed them into fighting techniques and fighting strategies. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so what type of styles are a part of Kung Fu?
Well, you know, they have many different styles. It doesn't matter what style you learn because most of them come from Shaolin. Although the Chinese had martial arts before the Shaolin styles emerged, you know, centuries before the Shaolin styles emerged. But what was so special about Shaolin is that they had a system that they used to pass the martial arts along, you see. And that was a gentleman by the name of Hun Si-Quan. He was responsible for the Hungar style.
Okay, so is that the style that you practice?
Yes, and the style is named after the founder, which is Hun Si-Quan. Actually, his master was Master Ji-Sen. He was the famous abbot from the Shaolin Temple. And of course, they went through some turbulent times from the Qing dynasty. You know, they forbade the practice of the martial arts, because the Shaolin monks were so fierce in their fighting. And so Ji Sin, he's one of the monks that escaped along with his student Hun Si Quan, and he taught him the style there. And then he took it to Canton in the south, in southern part of China, and made it famous there.
Now let's get back to those monks. As my understanding is that the monks weren't allowed to kill. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. The monks were not allowed to kill. They weren't allowed to kill anything. They were vegetarians, but they did have warrior monks because of the marauding bandits. You know, at that time they didn't have police stations. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have telephones where you can call the cops. You know, when somebody messed around with you or broke the law, so they had to kind of handle the business themselves. And but they later on they had the warrior monks that they taught and systemized a fighting system for them to defend themselves. And you know, fighting is, you know, self-preservation is the first law. So, you know, you have to defend the temple.
So what was the main purpose for teaching Kung Fu there?
The main purpose of teaching Kung Fu was for health. Yeah, we have, you know, Qigong type of exercises for the health, spiritual enlightenment. The Chinese believe that if you move around, you know, keep the body moving, your digestive system is aided, and you know, it accomplishes a lot for the physical body.
Okay, well tell me a little bit about your style. You practice the hungar style, right? What does that mean? What is that from?
Well, again, Hung, the name Hung comes from the founder, Hun Si Quan. And it's a very popular style in the South. And you had like 5 families in the South. You had Hung, Choi, Lei, and Monk. But Hung it dominated all of them because of its strong techniques and its strong stances. So for me, when I first saw this style, I was just taken by it. And as far as, you know, some people ask me the question, why do you do this? Well, I don't really have an answer for that. It was like, it's my fate. I'm in it, I'm involved in it, I love it, and this is what I do. So
you were sort of led to a place that where they taught Kung Fu?
Well, actually, I was looking for a place to learn Kung Fu. You know, Bruce Lee was very popular in the 70s, and I started in 1976. I've been practicing under my teacher, Master Buck Sam Kong, I stayed under him for like 25 years. And you know, I was teaching at the school, and now I have my own school out here in the valley. And you know, I have great students, dedicated students, which you will see later on in the show. Okay. And for me, Kung Fu has been wonderful for me. I've traveled across the world, you know, and I've done a lot of great things to help people. I produce a lot of work. Some of my work includes some magazines, articles that I wrote for Inside Kung Fu, and you know, I have some of my students involved here, and you know, we've done a lot to propagate this art, and that is my aim, is to spread the art so that people can understand about the Chinese martial arts. You see, so this is one article I did. It was on the Kwon Do versus the spear, and this is my student, Rosa Trinado.
What is the Kwon Do?
The Kwon Do means big knife. It has a big knife on the end, a staff with a big knife. And she's bearing the spear here. Okay.
Is she one of your students?
Yes.
Okay.
Rosa Trinado, yes. And she's been around for quite some time here. And then I have, you know, we, you know, did a layout here on some of the techniques. Also, I have books on this book right here. This is our great Grand Master Lam Sai Wing. He was one of our most greatest modern day practitioners of the hungar. Okay. Okay. And this is one of his books, and one of my students, Jessica Lee, translated this information from the Chinese characters, which was great for the English-speaking community. So we have a better understanding of, you know, what he wrote.
That's incredible that you can actually learn from the written text as well as the physical environment. So, and was that information available before, or?
It was only available in Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to get the books and look at them. You know, we were very curious about it because the Chinese kung fu was shrouded in secrecy for a long time. Okay, until Bruce Lee came out and brought it about. And this is another article I did. I brought out a lot of information on our Sigung, Grandmaster Lam Zhou. This is him here, the gentleman with the glasses on. He's about 92 years old here, I believe, and he's in great health. So the kung fu has a lot of health given benefits. This is one of my students, Kevin. We are demonstrating the staff.
Okay.
Okay, one of the first weapons that the Shaolin monks would use. And here's Rosa Tornado and Jessica Lee. They're performing they're demonstrating the stick set. Okay, and kung fu is just a great exercise. Great exercise. Good cardiovascular. And then we have my Sibak here.
What does that mean?
Sibak means uncle. Yeah, he's Lam Zhou's son, the oldest son, and now he's the reigning Grandmaster now of hungar. And his kung fu is excellent. Excellent.
Now I see you have
Yes.
one more here.
Yes, I have one of my son that I'm so proud of. He is walking in his father's shadow here, and I'm really proud of him. So we did an article on him, and Rosa Tornado, she has been very dedicated to the martial arts, and this article was one that she represented along with my son here. Okay.
Oh, it looks like, it just came out. Oh, this is
Yeah,
May.
this is right. This is the upcoming article. So, and then we have we are demonstrating some of the hungar fighting techniques here. And these techniques, as I said before, the hungar techniques are very strong and powerful. And there's not a lot of flowery movements. They're straight and direct and to the point. And she's demonstrating some of those techniques on my son here.
Is it true that hungar sort of takes the best hands from lots of different styles to make its own style? Or
Well,
how does it?
not lots of different styles. All of the styles of Shaolin came from the Shaolin Temple.
Okay.
Hungar was, and in the beginning, was mainly Fujiao, the tiger claw, right? Very powerful. And Ji Sen was very powerful in using the tiger claw, okay? Later on, Hun Si Quan, when he moved down south into Canton, he met a female. And she was beautiful. And she captivated him, and she also was a martial artist. She was an expert in the crane style. And that's how he incorporated the crane, which is the soft style. So we have hard and soft. The tiger represents the hard, the crane represents the softness. And it's very flexible and very effective. And so Hun Si Quan is responsible for infusing the crane techniques into hungar.
Okay.
Yeah. And also it entails other animals as well, the 5 animals: tiger, crane, snake, leopard, and dragon.
What are the uses of 5 animals?
These animals represent they have certain characteristics, they bear certain characteristics that we use to fight with. Okay, like the crane, it uses the beak, right? It has a kick, it has the wings. So we use these different techniques for blocking, for striking. The tiger, you know, we strike with the tiger claw, we block with one hand and strike with it, right? And then we have the snake, which we use the fingertips, all right? That's its main characteristics, is the fingertips, where we strike to the eyes, or strike to soft points, okay? And then the dragon, that refers to the mind, right? So you must have spirit. You must have deep meditative insight on how to apply these hands. So you're involved in meditation a lot, you see. And the spirit is to gravitate towards your opponent and overtake him, you see. So if you have no spirit, then you're dead.
So you sort of take different animals and use the
Their
elusiveness and their
characteristics, yeah.
characteristics to
Right.
sort of impact your opponent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And the leopard, very fast. The leopard is very swift. So we use this as the leopard paw, right? So the knuckles here we use to strike certain areas, bony areas. So when you develop your hands, you can become very, very effective in, overtaking your opponent.
Okay.
Yeah. what I like about the leopard is it's very fast. We have these type of movements here where you block like this, and then we strike into the eyes. And
So those are pretty effective
oh
movements.
yes, very effective. And anybody can learn this.
Okay.
You know, you don't have to be. I mean, you know, a lot of people think because if they're not young, you know, they cannot practice this. But Kung Fu has a lot of health-producing benefits. For instance, this article here I did, it's based upon Qigong.
What does that mean?
Qi refers to the life force, and all of us have it. The Hung, it teaches you this. Well, the Shaolin Kung Fu teaches you how to cultivate that, right? It's that life energy that's in all of us. So we learn how to cultivate that and to prolong our lives. You see, and it also increases your strength.
So this is conducive to the health.
Without a doubt, yeah. And we have a set called the Titsinkyun, okay, that we use to develop and cultivate this internal force.
Okay. Well, that's excellent. Wonderful history.
Yeah.
What about something about you? What has Kung Fu led up to for you?
Well, for me, I've done you know, some trailers like as you saw in the beginning. The Kun, it's called the Kun. It was fun doing that show. It's a movie that we're trying to put out to the public so that they can see the hungar techniques. Also, I was on the Santa Barbara morning show. We did a great show there. It was very exciting. And then the Ripley show, I'm sure most people saw it. It was shown nationwide. In fact, even over in Hong Kong, I was surprised, you know.
Well, now, what happened on the Ripley show? What did you do there?
On the Ripley show, what I did was I bent 2 steel rods. They were like a half-inch thick, and I put them in my throat and bent them.
You put them in your throat?
Yes. I put them in my throat and bent them.
Now, wait a minute. What led up to you putting steel rebar in your throat and bending it?
I don't know. It was just something that.
Is that just something you woke up?
Well, no. I was in China once, and I saw this young man perform that, and I wanted to learn that because I thought it was exciting. It showed a lot of physical power, and this guy, he just really overwhelmed me when I saw this. And I asked him, "How do you do this?" He was a little reluctant to tell me the secrets, but I finally got it. And then my teacher went over it with me, and I practiced and. Eventually, I learned to bend the stick first, and then the spear, and then I learned to bend the steel.
Wow.
Yeah. So at first, it was difficult until I learned how to apply that Qigong breathing.
Okay.
See? Yeah. This is what helped me to bend that steel rod.
So does that sort of create an inner force, energy,
yes.
strength?
Yeah, it cultivates that strength. Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful that you're able to do that. Do a lot of people do that?
No. I have taught some of my classmates. Rosa Tornado, she can bend it. Of course, I'm teaching my son now. You know, he's practicing to carry on that legacy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm one of the ones in America here that pretty much started that. I hadn't seen it here before, so if there is someone else who can do it, they probably did it after they saw me.
So what is the purpose of being able to bend it?
It's just demonstrating your chi, your internal strength, because I don't care how muscular you are or how big you are, without the proper breathing, you cannot bend it.
How long did you have to train for that?
I continued to train for it, but when I finally reached the point where I could bend it, it's when I guess maybe a couple of months or more, yeah. But I practiced day and night, you know, in the morning and at night, pushing on the stick.
You sound very dedicated. Yeah. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Especially to an art as profound as this one.
Yeah, it's very difficult, but you have to love what you do. Now we have, if we go a little further into the art, we speak of Wang Fei Hung. Wang Fei Hung was the most celebrated master of hungar in modern times. He was responsible for the tiger crane form that we use. And he, even though these animals came from Shaolin, and actually they came out of Shaolin and was brought to the Shaolin, and they made it perfect. You see, there are different stories about it, but we don't have much time to go into that. But the fact of the matter is, Wang Fei Hung was the one that dedicated himself to the art and passed it on down to his student Lam Sai Wing.
And you actually recently just took a trip to Hong Kong.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What were your experiences there, especially mentioning Wang Fei Hung and Lan Sai Wing?
Well, we went to what is now a museum, which was his house, and they changed into a museum there. And it was just wonderful. We were well greeted and received there, and they did a beautiful job on his house there, and it's well preserved. And I think that is a history that should be recorded so that people will know the Chinese are very proud of their history, and I'm proud of it as well. I'm sort of like the adopted son. You know?
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
can you tell me a little bit more about the lineage and just what else you may have learned, especially going straight over to the Wang Fei Hung Museum, like you mentioned?
Yeah, well, like I said, Wang Fei Hung, he passed his knowledge down to a few of his students, but his most celebrated student was Lam Sai Wing. And Lam Sai Wing was the uncle of our great Sigung now, Master Lam Zhou. Okay, and Master Lam Zhou is now, I think he's 93 or 94 years old. In fact, we went there to celebrate his birthday.
Okay.
And this gentleman here, and his sagacity, his wisdom and knowledge about the art, people come from all over the world to see him.
That must be amazing
Oh
to see
yeah,
him.
yeah,
93
he's an amazing
years old.
man. Yes,
Wow.
I recall him showing Rosa how to use her fujiao, the tiger claw, and he gripped her arm, and I could see her eyes kind of bug out there from the strength that this guy had. You know, most 93-year-olds are either incapacitated in bed or they've expired. But
So he's been able to sort of keep up his health.
oh yes,
through
I
the
understand that
practice.
he practiced this qigong every day. This still wise set that we use to cultivate the strength in your body, to keep that light. Because once your light go out, you're finished.
Yeah.
It's over for you. You see, so he's an amazing person.
What other things did you see at the Wang Fei Hung Museum then?
Oh, their lion dance was just excellent. And to the lion, even though the lion is not indigenous to China, there's a story behind that. But the Chinese seem to favor this lion dancing a lot because it brings good luck. So whenever you open a business, something of that nature, they usually have a lion dance, and the lion goes through its little ritual. They have it's very difficult to perform. So the people that are performing it, they're excellent performers. You know, it was something that I couldn't grasp. I was a little too big, and it was kind of backbreaking. It's backbreaking work. So, but it has a rich history behind it, and these people are very dedicated to it. And the drums, all of this noise, and that I understand used to scare away like bad spirits and things like that. So when you have a business, they usually come and perform, and they're supposed to bring good luck.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
it
it was very exciting. And of course, we had to do a demonstration there as well, because since we are from the Wang Fei Hung lineage, we had to put on a show there, and the students did great. I was very proud of them, and in fact, I even got out there myself a little bit.
Oh, you got out there in front of everyone.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, I kind of did it, and it was just a proud moment. That's a moment that I'll always remember, a time that I'll always remember, and I'm sure the students will as well. And we're inviting anyone who wants to go there to see this great man, Master Lam Zhou. He's an amazing person.
How do you sort of fit into that lineage you were just describing?
Well, because of my Sifu, he studied under Lam Zhou, and when your Sifu, wherever your lineage that your Sifu is under, then you are now under that lineage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then also, when you guys were at the Wang Fei Hung Museum, did you guys see pictures of him and of the different
well, they don't have
disciples?
pictures of not many pictures of Wang Fei Hung, but they do have a memorial, a statue of him, a likeness of him. I understand it's supposed to look like him, and there's a gentleman that kind of personified Wang Fei Hung. They have most of his pictures in there, and some of the movies and things that he's done. So they have a history of. In fact, Master Lam Sai Wing is very, very important in this aspect that he published 3 books, and he dedicated his life to the martial arts, and he was the first to publish martial art books for the public, because Kung Fu, to my understanding, was shrouded in secrecy. And because the Qing government at that time didn't want them practicing Kung Fu anymore, so anybody that was caught practicing, especially the Shaolin martial arts, they were killed, And so those were very turbulent times. And they had female as well, learning the art, and but they didn't learn the profound secrets of the martial arts.
Okay.
Yeah, and the reason is because once they got married, they thought they might divulge those secrets to their husbands, and he might be a spy.
Was it your experience that Kung Fu is still really deeply entrenched in the culture there?
Well, Kung Fu is a part of the Chinese culture. It's just interwoven in there, and it's made up of a lot of different things. The 5 elements, we have bridge hands, and I mean, they have infused everything in there. It just embodies their whole culture there. But from my experience, I don't think a lot of the younger generation there is not practicing as much as they did in the past.
Okay.
But the Americans really, enjoying learning the martial arts now and
Excellent.
doing very well at it. Yeah.
Great. So you must have had an incredible time at the Wong Fei Hung Museum.
Oh yes, yes.
Where is anyone able to go?
Oh yes, yes. Again, they can contact me later. They should have some information about me where they can join us for the next tour. And some other things I'm doing as well with Carter Wong. We're putting some things together there. He has something like a Shaolin temple that he just built, and it's supposed to be better. So we have that as well, so people can contact us for that.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful experience. Yeah. I'm very happy that you were here to present that information to everyone, and I'm very happy that our viewers were able to listen and be more enriched on the actual culture and history behind this rich art of Kung Fu. So thanks again for coming with us. Again, this is Hamby's Tiger and Crane Hungar Kung Fu Show, and we will have another show coming very soon. Have a wonderful evening. So now you have some other